Hello there, everyone, and welcome to 9 News Facebook Live Broncos Draft Report. I'm Mike Klis. I cover the Broncos here for 9 News, and we're going to be reviewing over the day 2 of the Broncos draft. And I tell you what, John Elway sent shockwaves, I think, through Broncos country with his first pick today in the second round, number 46. He takes receiver, returner KJ Hamler from Penn State. The reason why shockwaves, the Broncos took a receiver yesterday in the first round, Jerry Jeudy. Everybody thought that was it. But think about it. Elway doubles up on his firepower, and I personally applaud the move, and here's why. The Broncos, again, and I know no one's harped on this more than I have during this offseason, starting with the day after the Broncos season in 2019. They were so far away from the Kansas City Chiefs, who have beat the Broncos 9 straight times. They are the AFC West champions. They are the Super Bowl champions, and they are because they have a juggernaut offense led by Patrick Mahomes. They got Tyreek Hill. They got the tight end Travis Kelce, and they got the master play caller in Andy Reid. So the Chiefs are the team to beat. They scored 39 points a game in the postseason. 3 postseason games, including their Super Bowl win against the 49ers. 39 points a game. What were they down? 31-7 to the Houston Texans? Nothing. They won 51-31. I think it was 31-3, something like that. And they just, blew them away. One going away. That offense is off the charts. It's not about defense with the Kansas City Chiefs. You got to figure out how to keep up with them on the scoreboard. So they get Jeudy and Hamler. Hamler can fly. He's like Philip Lindsay size, all right, except he's a receiver, not a running back. He's 5'8.5", 178. I think Lindsay is 5'7.25", so Lindsay's a little shorter. Lindsay might be a little stockier at about 180. But this Hamler can fly. He runs a 4.32, and he says he can run a 4.2. He had a hamstring at the combine, so he didn't run. But he's gonna really electrify the Broncos offense with Jerry Jeudy in the first round. Now you got Courtland Sutton, so you got 3 young legs, talent at the receiver. You got Noah Fant in his second year, a first-round pick last year at tight end. The receivers are Melvin Gordon and Philip Lindsay. The Broncos then in the third round started filling some needs where they got Lloyd Cushenberry, a center from LSU. They liked him. They also liked Matt Hennessy of Temple. After the Broncos at number 77, this is where they started filling some needs. He took Iowa cornerback Michael Ojemudia. He's a corner from Iowa. Ed Donatel really liked him. Cushenberry at number 83, center from LSU. And then a sleeper, everyone's been calling him a sleeper, with their number 95th pick, defensive lineman McTelvin Agam from Arkansas. He's 6'2", 6'3", 309. So probably would be a defensive end in Vic Fangio's 3-4 front. So, again, the Broncos double down on offense. They scored 17.6 points per game last year. They actually averaged 9 yards a game less when Drew Lock was their quarterback for their final 5 games. Drew Lock went 4-1, very promising. But now Lock, again, has Sutton. He has Hamler. He has Jeudy at receiver. He has Fant at tight end. He has Gordon and Lindsay at running back. Cushenberry looks like he's probably, they would like him to start, I would think. At least real close to it with Austin Schlottman and Patrick Morris competing there. So for all the Broncos, by the way, do not take an offensive tackle. How about that? It's a real sign that they're going forward with Garrett Bowles and Elijah Wilkinson competing at left tackle, and they need Jawan James to be healthy at right tackle. They're a right guard. They also made a big move there. Almost forgot, Graham Glasgow got the biggest contract from the Broncos this offseason. 4 years, $44 million. So they really addressed the offense. On defense, their 2 big moves were A.J. Boye and Jarrell Casey, the defensive lineman. So Shelby Harris comes back. Now they get McTelvin Agam, and they get Michael Ojemudia at cornerback to compete. Now, the third round I'm a little leery about. I mean, the Broncos in the past, their third rounders have not started right away in year one. Justin Simmons was a special teamer as a rookie. Then came on, great player. He's about to get broken off on a multi-year deal that's going to be $13-14 million a year. But other than that, you got Brendan Langley was a cornerback, didn't work out. Isaac Yanab, cornerback, apparently he's not fitting quite right. You had Carlos Henderson, the receiver. I knew he was in trouble when I beat him in Pop-A-Shot in the introductory press conference that we had after he was drafted a few years ago. And he's supposed to be an athlete at receiver there, letting me beat you. Look at this. How do I beat anybody at Pop-A-Shot? But anyway, so the Broncos, the big news really of the day is they double down with offensive weapons by taking K.J. Hamler at receiver from Penn State. He's a returner, both kickoff and punt, runs a 4.3 40, legit. He says he can run a 4.2. That follows less than 24 hours after the Broncos take Jerry Jeudy at offense. So I don't think the Chiefs are scared of the Broncos yet, but I think the Broncos got the Chiefs' attention. Let's see what happens next year. They got to start scoring in the mid-20s. That's quite a jump for the Broncos to go from 17 to about 25. So that wraps up the day 2 of the draft. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Mike Klis. We'll do this again tomorrow as the Broncos pick in the 4th, 5th, 6th, and they have 3 picks, I believe, in the 7th round. So they got some compensatory. They traded one of those away. I'm trying to think here. They had 5 picks. Yeah, they have 5 picks tomorrow. So maybe it's just 2 in the 7th round. But in any event, you get special teamers tomorrow is what the Broncos are trying to get, some developmental guys. I wouldn't be surprised if they do get an offensive tackle in the 4th or 5th round, kind of sit him for a year. Connor McGovern, he sat for a year. He was a 5th round pick. Matt Paradis was on the practice squad for a year. He was a 6th rounder. Both those guys wound up getting some big contracts as free agents 3 years later. So these rounds are important, but they're not starter rounds. And in the starter rounds, the Broncos got Jerry Jeudy, receiver in the 1st, K.J. Hamler, receiver returner in the 2nd, and then in the 3rd, cornerback Michael Ojemudia, center Lloyd Cushenberry. I think he's got a good chance to start, and defensive lineman McTelvin Agam from Arkansas. So thank you very much, everybody, for paying attention. We'll do this again tomorrow on 9 News Facebook Live.